And that. And all right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Sketchalog, where I am your host, Soul King Xander, here to catalog the heroes, villains, monsters, and other creatures that I come across. And today we have a very special guest with us. Would you like to introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, hi, what's up? My name is Jet Aggrind. I'm a world hopping VTuber. I do a bunch of voice acting stuff, and I play some weird Pokemon challenges.
How long you been streaming for?
At this point, I think we just hit the 2 year mark.
Oh,
Like
wow,
last month.
congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, so that's gone by very fast.
Yeah, definitely. So I mean, so you said you do voice acting stuff. Was that a thing you did before doing streaming, or did you kind of pick it up as you've been going along?
I've been voice acting for quite a while at this point. Definitely longer than I've been streaming. Yeah, that was like the first thing that I really ever started to do content creation wise, and that was not to put a year on it, but that was a long time ago now.
So what made you want to make the jump to streaming, and I guess VTubing specifically?
So I've got a big background in stage improv. So I was a stage improviser for a long time, and then good old pandemic hit, and I was unsure what the hell to be doing with myself, because all of the places that I was doing like improv, they all had shut down, whatever. And it took me a while to really figure it out, but as soon as one of my friends was like, they showed me VTubing, I was like, oh, yeah, that's perfect right there.
Yeah.
Oh, I basically get to just do my thing, whatever I want to be doing, have a fun little character going. Yeah, okay, this is exactly perfect for what I'm up to doing. So yeah, it was like, it felt very natural and obvious that I should just do that. So obviously it took a little while for me to figure that one out, but as soon as I did, I was like, yeah, this just makes sense. Do that.
And then when you did kind of jump into it, did you decide to kind of like familiarize yourself and like follow a whole bunch of VTubers after that, or you just sort of like, this is the thing for like anonymity mostly? What's your level of like familiarity with like VTubing as like a thing that like people do?
At this point, I've got a pretty strong familiarity with the whole scene at this point. I got into it by watching, some bigger VTubers first. And so I basically, whenever I get into something, I try my best to do as much like research on it as possible, so I like understand what I'm getting into.
Right. Smart.
So yeah, it was definitely a process first of like, first off, what the hell is VTubing? Because right when somebody first says like, oh, I watch VTubers, a lot of people will go, what is that?
Yeah.
What is that? And so yeah, actually, after a good long while of like figuring that out, that's when I like actually started to think about doing it myself, when I was like, yeah, this seems like a place that I want to be, people I want to be around. That said, I'm still like, I feel like just recently started branching out with talking to more VTubers on a more personal level, but that's been so much fun.
Yeah.
Getting to know a bunch of people, it's been really cool. Lots of talented people out here, man.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's yeah.
Yeah. As I watch you draw right now.
But so what made you come up with this this design and this sort of this persona?
That's a great question. That's a great question. So the world hopping idea is something that I feel like I've gone from so many different types of like forms of entertainment. I have a lot of different backgrounds of entertainment, and also like different communities that I've been through. So the world hopping kind of idea came from, man, I feel like I've kind of been everywhere, at least a little bit at this point.
Right.
But no matter where I am, no matter where I am, I'm still me doing my thing. So I'm also I don't usually actually talk about this. I'm also non-binary. So I have a feminine model. I also have a masculine model.
Okay.
And this idea of like world hopping, I like, the idea was I can have different models, and some might be more feminine or masculine than the other, but it doesn't really matter, because again, in the end, it's all just gonna be me. I don't have to worry about how different each one is. It's just, that's me.
Yeah, awesome. And then where'd the name Jet Aggrind come from?
So my first model, is a rollerblading like hero model. So the name Aggrind actually comes from the aggressive inline skate, which is a type of rollerblade used for doing like tricks and stuff. So it's a mashup of the two words there. I don't know where Jet came from. I think it's just because I like it, and it does convey the kind of like speedy, not stopping attitude I tend to have. I tend to go just zoom, and nothing else really matters. Just straight ahead.
Yeah, okay. And then so, what is something that you kind of love seeing in like a VTuber design? Like when you're kind of going through and scrolling through the social medias and whatnot, what kind of makes you stop and go like, "Whoa, what's up with this person?"
I really like the different like ways that people use color schemes together. Like, I love to find a unique color scheme, because I think there's a lot of people out there that use like really similar ones. The ones that really make me stop are the people that come up with like cool new color schemes and like colors that make their model pop, because you can have the same design, but if the colors don't bring out those parts of your design that you really want to show off, then it can all just kind of blend together, right? But I really love it when people are creative with how they're using their colors in their models.
Yeah, sweet. So if you just woke up back to the day that you decided to become a VTuber, and everything after that had all just been one big dream, what would you do differently, if anything?
There's probably quite a bit I would do differently. Over this last year, I think, especially, I've learned a lot more about how I want to be approaching it. The first part being, I should have gotten back into voice acting sooner. I took a break for a while, and actually, like, doing voice acting alongside VTubing, it makes sense. They go together extremely well, and I feel like I've been hitting a lot more success at this point, because I'm not trying to split my focus anymore. Like, I'm not like trying to do voice acting as its own thing and VTubing as its own thing. I've brought the two together now, and like, yeah, it all goes together just really smoothly, and I think it helps kind of define me and like my brand, I guess, more definitively.
Right, sure. Anything else? Maybe like any kind of lore things, any branding, or even just like the way you make content, or you just straight?
Yeah, I would change some lore things for sure, definitely, and design things, and I will be.
Oh, ooh, okay, interesting, interesting. Is that an exclusive scoop that we got?
Yeah, a little bit.
Great.
Yeah, I haven't talked about that at all. So yes.
We'd love to hear it. Speaking of lore, do you think you could give us? I know you mentioned like some aspects of it, but do you think you could give us the kind of elevator pitch for it?
I think honestly it was mostly covered, but if we're gonna go for a little elevator pitch, world hopper that has traveled from world to world, seen many different things, and despite the ways that things might change, they will always be themselves.
Very nice, very interesting. And then kind of like, what did you always kind of have this lore planned out for yourself, or did you kind of like make it up as you've gone along, kind of adding to it as you've thought about it more?
The core concept of it, I think, is mostly still the same. It has changed a little bit over time. Like the superhero aspect of the first one was supposed to be more prevalent, but then I gradually was like, you know what? No, I wanna make this. It was gonna be like a little convoluted in terms of like the depth of what you would need to know. I made it too complicated, to be honest.
Ah, okay.
At the start, and I was like, nah, this has got to simplify. We gotta tone this down and simplify this.
Right, right. And speaking of that, what would you say is like I guess like things to keep in mind when like making lore for yourself? Because I know like making a character's lore could be a little bit easier, but if you're kind of thinking about how you want to play into it with yourself, that might be a bit trickier.
I actually played more into the character at the start, and over time I have become more and more just myself on stream. Because I figured, you know what, it's so much easier to just be me, and not worry about trying too hard to first off remember everything that I've said on stream.
Right.
Like, I've seen a lot of people who are able to like put some lore together that they follow in character on stream. And shout out to those guys. Kudos to those guys for actually staying consistent with it. Because I've seen some people do a really great job at staying consistent with their character. I eventually realized I can't do that. I cannot remember all of these things. So for me, the lore of the like what goes behind the character is mostly what's behind the design. But for like what I actually do with that on stream, for the most part, it's really just me.
And what do you think of like VTubers? I mean, you said kudos to them, but is there any like sort of specific thing you think like for playing that kind of like a character for like a streaming personality?
In terms of like what you would do to do that kind of thing, or what?
More like I know that I've spoken to guests in the past that have maybe not like had issue with like the idea of like sort of putting yourself into a character, but more like they've what's the right way to say this? They think it like could like it has a potential to like lead to some like parasocial like interactions with your audience for like, and stuff.
I think that streaming in general has the risk of parasocial issues with chat and such. I think you can play the character, that's fine. I think that no matter what, whether you're playing a character or not, it's up to us as streamers to make sure that we define our boundaries and our lines to make sure that it only goes a certain distance, right? Like you don't want it to get what's the word? You don't want it to be something that's, yeah, I guess, misrepresenting what you're actually doing. But I think that, yeah, just make sure that you're establishing your boundaries with it. I think that's really that's what it comes down to. Because the same can be true whether or not you're playing a character on stream or whether you're just yourself, right? It's about how you choose to actually do your interactions and make sure that your chatters know where the lines are.
Yeah, definitely. So that's the lore questions. What is it that you like most about streaming?
Whew. I like that I can just basically do what I would normally do on my own, but in a way that can also be entertaining for other people. I'm somebody that normally talks to myself anyways. Um, like I say, I'm not really playing much up on stream. Like if I have a moment that is chaotic and a mess, it is a 100% genuine Jet experience. And I like that the things that might be considered some of my flaws can be things that will make other people laugh, and I'm confident in myself enough that I don't care if people laugh at me when I'm messing up in like I one of the things is like I have a terrible sense of direction. All right, you guys can laugh about that all you want because it is actually ridiculous the levels that I can't remember where things are.
Oh,
So
jeez.
it's bad. It's really bad. But I'm glad that that's something that other people can sit there and enjoy the content of, even if it's, I don't know, something that most people should be able to just do. So I guess yeah, just those things that maybe wouldn't always be a positive thing can be positives.
Yeah, definitely. And then, what would you say? Is there anything that you'd wish you could do more of on stream? Like anything, like any specific kinds of content you want to make? Anything that's kind of maybe like something's holding you back that you'd want to do, or even just like you want to do more of?
I have been wanting to do more singing stuff for a very long time, more voice acting stuff for a very long time. I've recently gotten singing lessons. I've been starting up singing lessons in the last month, and I'm so excited that hopefully I actually will be able to confidently be doing that on stream.
Yeah, that's
Um,
exciting.
that's something that's really been helping me out. I've had chat a few times be like, "Hey, you're like humming this song. Sing it louder for us, please." And I would be like, what?" No.
No.
But like now I'm actually getting the confidence in my voice in terms of singing to be like, "Oh, yeah, okay, let's do that. Let's go for it."
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
For like singing stuff, you should speak to Electrix here in the server. She's I think she said she was a music teacher, and also she's just like really good at it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she's great.
That's really cool.
Yeah. What would you say is your least favorite part of streaming?
Probably the very end of stream. Um, Streaming wears me out, dude. I love it. I love to do it, but as soon as I hit the end stream button, my whole body just is like, "All right, we're done. That's our day. We're that's the energy spent right there." Because it really does take you out of it to be focused on. Usually, you're doing something like you're drawing right now. Usually, I'd be playing a game, or something of that sort, right? And focusing on that, and also on making sure that you're still being active with keeping up with the chat, and making sure that you're paying attention to what's happening in the game and keeping track of what's happening in the game. You're using a lot of parts of your brain all at once.
Right.
And usually, like, while I'm actually streaming, I'm perfectly fine. But as soon as I end stream, I'm like, whoa, okay, I'm tired.
Yeah. And is there anything that you wish you could, like, if you were able to pay somebody to do something for you for this, what would that be?
Like, if I could hire anybody to do anything for me for stream, what would it be?
Yes.
If I could have somebody just do part of it for me, I would have to say I would never touch social media ever. I would pay somebody to do all my social media and for me to never touch it.
Mm-hmm. That's one of the more common answers. I respect to that.
Yeah, it's not a very unique one. I've heard it 100 times too.
I mean, like
But
that's yeah, no, it's awful. You're not alone, is what I'm saying.
yeah, oh, I know because it's just like I'm here to stream, you know?
Mm,
I'm not here to do all the Twitter stuff. I do it because I need to. But if I could, I would keep everything to streams and that's it.
yeah. Ugh.
Even like shorts. I've paid people to do some shorts for me in the past.
Mm-hmm.
But I can do that. I have the experience editing to do it, and I do it for myself pretty often still.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I would 100% just not deal with the social media.
Yeah. Awful.
Yeah.
So are there any games that are at the top of your sort of streaming bucket list? Anything you really want to get the chance to play on stream?
Honestly, I don't think so because everything that I want to stream, I basically have streamed.
Mm-hmm.
If I want to stream a game, I'll just do it at this point. There was a game that I had on my streaming bucket list, and that was Hi-Fi Rush, but I just played it pretty recently.
Yeah, okay.
So that one's done now. So no, not particularly, not anything in terms of games that I'd want to play at this point. Yeah, if I want to play something, I just do it.
Nice. Like, I respect that. Do you have any games that are blacklisted from your channel? Either you think you couldn't make any like good content with them, or you just do not want to play them.
So I'm a total coward.
Mm-hmm.
And to a degree, Outlast is a blacklist game for me.
Uh-huh.
I say to a degree because I make it my subathon like top tier goal every year.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a degree in which okay, I will play it. But that is the only exception.
Right.
I play it once a year. And that's it. And the first time I played it for 20 minutes before I quit because I was freaking out too much.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Like I'll try out some horror games occasionally or like spooky games, but that one is like y'all gotta earn this one.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. I get that. I don't play like any like horror games at all. But then again, I don't like do much like game streaming. But still, absolutely not.
Yeah, like if I have friends that want to do like a horror game, okay, yeah, if it's like a co-op horror, I can get on board with that. That's fine.
Yeah. But yeah, even like Repo or like Lethal Company is like, I wouldn't say too much for me, but it's like close.
I've certainly had some moments in those games. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely the horror games are just.
Yeah, they do not make me feel good.
Yeah, no, that.
My mouse has been absolutely abused from how much I throw it during horror games.
Oh, jeez. What am I thinking of? Oh, yeah, that's right. So, who would you say is your Oshi, if you have one?
I guess I'd have to go with Ori Calliope.
Mm-hmm.
She's the first VTuber I ever properly saw at all. I was introduced to VTubing basically through her music.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I've continued listening to her music ever since. At first it was like, oh yeah, no, I'll listen to this music. I like this music. This is good. And then eventually it was, yeah, okay, why not? I'll go check out their stream. and then it was,
That's how they get
okay,
you.
yeah. Yeah, right. So now I end up watching Callie's streams to go to sleep pretty often. I watch a lot more streams on YouTube actually than on Twitch these days, just because the Twitch mobile app makes my phone explode. Like
Oh,
I
yeah.
lost a phone once to falling asleep with a Twitch stream on,
Oh,
and it
shit.
overheated my phone and it broke my battery.
Ooh, that's rough.
Yeah, so when I go to sleep now, I'm always watching YouTube VTubers when I'm falling asleep.
What would you say is like your dream collab? Like you could get anybody. Who would you want to have on, and what would you want to do with them?
I actually have a bucket list of collabs.
Oh yeah.
I have a whole bucket list of people that I would like to one day work with. I don't know who's even on that at this. I'm trying to remember because I have it written down somewhere. I know that Candy from Vichibon is one of them. She was doing GTA RP actually last year, 2 years, however, whenever. Oh God, whenever the Onyx server came out, and actually watching her play that got me into doing some GTA RP for almost an entire year.
Oh wow.
um, she's somebody that like is on that list because I think that I could actually get along with her. Like, I don't have anybody on that list that I don't think I would vibe with myself, right?
Sure.
Like, there's some people that I'm like, oh, it'd be cool to do a collab with this person, but like, do we have the right vibes? Would we meld together pretty well?
Yeah.
But I feel like I'd get along with Candy pretty all right.
Anyone else, or you want to just leave it at the one for now?
I'm gonna leave it at that. Otherwise, we could be going all day with just that.
Yeah, right. Fair enough.
Yeah, because that like I said, it's a whole list basically of I guess people that are bigger than me right now.
Yeah, I also have a list like that. What would you say is your dream collab from the perspective of a viewer, like two VTubers or like just content creators that you would want to see work together, just like kind of independently, like as like from a content watching perspective?
Oh, that's an interesting question.
Mm-hmm.
Two people that I would like to see work together. That's crazy because I'm actually thinking about a bunch of them, and I'm like, I think a lot of people that I would like to see together at this point kind of have.
It also could be like a certain thing you'd want to see like two creators doing together too, if that makes things easier.
I don't think so, because if I had that idea, I'd probably just do it myself. Whew. No, I don't know if I've got a good answer for this one.
All right, that's fine. No pressure.
Who would you have for that?
For that, I always say I would love to see Chibidoki, Gigi Murin, and Camilla all like playing some kind of like party game or like some kind of like multiplayer thing where like they're like competing against each other, because that would be nightmarishly chaotic, and I would love
that would be incredibly chaotic. That would be very, very chaotic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can get on board for something like that.
Yeah, that'd be so funny. Who would you say who would you put on the Mount Rushmore of VTubing? The four VTubers that you think kind of stand above the rest as like these ones are like the tent poles of VTubing as people know it.
You know, I saw that you had this question on your list, and I've been thinking of it ever since. And I don't know if I could give four definitively. The only two that I feel like I would like right away say is, I mean, it's hard not to say Iron Mouse.
Yep.
Like, I feel like Iron Mouse at this point has solidified a spot like that, if there is one somewhere in the world. I feel like she has at this point done everything possible to deserve that.
Yeah.
The second person I would put on there is Callie, as just a representative of Hololive English myth and the effect that they had with bringing VTubing to the West, and like making it more popular over here.
Yep.
And then after those two, I'm like, really? It's such a matter of like what circles you follow. I feel like in terms of like, for sure, I'd put those two. Just because I don't feel like there's as much impact as what like Iron Mouse has done.
Yeah.
And again, Callie is more representative of all of that generation of Hololive there.
I'd say that's definitely fair.
Yeah. In terms of like, if you put two more down, that would just be, I feel like, a matter of like, yeah, you could say kind of any of these people. I think there are people that definitely qualify, and four is not enough spaces at that point. I think if I had to pick people, I would probably go maybe Doki Bird. I don't know who I would put on the fourth. I really don't.
Like, who, is there anyone that's like in? I guess not particular. Just like your personal Mount Rushmore.
My personal Mount Rushmore. Well, I guess I might go with Saba.
Okay. Yeah, that's a solid 4 right there.
Yeah.
For sure. So, kind of switching off of like other creators, for someone out there who might feel like a bit discouraged, maybe only getting 2-3 viewers in stream at a time, what do you think they could do to either grow past that or even just be content with it?
Part one, please make sure you do not have your viewers showing when you're streaming. Don't look at it. Just first and foremost, don't look at however many people you have during a stream. After that, everybody starts out with only a few people. It's normal. Like, I think if you're really looking to try and grow past that, make sure that you're streaming to your strengths. If you're looking to grow, yeah, stream to your strengths. Stream the things that you're good at. Sometimes the things that you're good at doesn't mean that, you're playing a video game that you're very good at, but the way that you're streaming the games. If you're a funny person, make sure that you're capitalizing on those moments. If you're a quiet person, that's okay. I see a lot of people that are like a more mellow, like quieter streamer trying to be more energetic than they are. Don't worry about being the most energetic person out there. There is a whole market out there of people who like their cozy streamers, and sometimes not being the most chaotic person really helps with that.
Yeah.
In terms of being content with it, well, right now, especially, don't worry too much about your numbers. Things are weird right now.
Yeah.
We're also in that time of year where numbers typically go down too. Don't worry about it. Just do your thing. It will come if you do your thing. Look back at what you do. Make sure that you're happy with what you're doing. And if you are happy with what you're doing and you're confident that this is like that you're doing things right, the people will be there. The people will come. You will be okay. It takes time.
Yeah, it's great advice. I love that. So kind of beyond the more obvious issues like dramatic or catty behind the scenes behavior, or even like corporate meddling. You can tell when this question was written. What would you say the VTuber community needs like work on?
I think people need to be more publicly okay with like supporting their pals.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm part of the voice acting sphere as much as I am part of the VTubing sphere. They're two very similar yet different communities at the same time.
Sure.
I find so much more common to see public support in the voice acting sphere, like reposting what your peers are doing and succeeding on in the voice acting sphere than it is in the VTubing sphere. It's like some people are concerned about reposting stuff that their friends are doing out of fear of what it looks like on their page and their branding and whatever. Just like yeah, okay, we don't want every post on your own page to be a retweet, but you know, if I scroll through once in a while, it's pretty nice to be able to show what your friends are doing. And you know, that's a simple way for people to show support to each other. I think it would be nice if people more frequently, and I'm not just talking about like Twitter, like even on streams too, like promote your friends. Tell people that your friends are out there doing cool things too, because we grow together. We all benefit from growing together.
Exactly.
And it doesn't take people away from what you're doing to share what your friends are doing. People have multiple streams up all the time. It's fine. Like, yeah, I think that's the big thing is just like publicly support your pals more.
Yeah, because like I always am willing to shout out like previous guests on the show. I mean, like, you know, I recommended you talking to like Electrics like just before, like moments ago. So, but yeah, like I definitely agree with you on that. That's like super good advice. What would you say? What's your experience with like conventions? Because you said you're a voice actor and also you've been doing this. I imagine like, well, actually, I don't really imagine anything. That's what I'm asking. What the? Yeah.
So what's my experience with conventions?
Yes.
Okay. I've been to conventions quite a bit. I am Canadian, so I've missed a lot of the cons that are in the US.
Yeah.
As much as I would like to go to them. But I've been to a bunch of cons in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I've got mostly positive con experience. I find that a lot of people that don't enjoy cons, it's because they don't plan how they're going to be at the con. They're
right.
like, I'm going to this convention. And then they're like, that sucked. I didn't do anything. And it's like, okay, did you look at the itinerary and did you plan it? And did you decide what you were going to do before you went? Because my worst con experiences have always been because I didn't look at the schedule and I only went to like one thing.
Right.
I'm a big advocate for go to panels. Man, the amount of stuff that I've learned from going to panels from other content creators and other voice actors, like, panels were actually one of my biggest resources when I first started voice acting. As I would go and I would go to the Q&As that voice actors would hold. And actually one of the panels that I went to, I was really happy to have gone to because I got to talk to one of the voice actors that was also a director, and I got to ask for their input on, you know, what are some tips that people don't think about when directing voice actors as well, because they get a lot of voice acting questions, but they don't get a lot of direction questions.
Sure.
And yeah, like panels, especially ones with Q&As, are amazing opportunities to go and learn things from people in the line of business that you want to be in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. I know. For me, my favorite thing is definitely like meet and greets with people.
Yep.
But like, yeah, panels are like an excellent way to like, because like you don't really most of the time panels don't really get posted to
Yes.
the internet.
They're pretty private.
Yeah, so yeah, absolutely, I agree with that. And also, have this convention ended like I think they shut down in like 2019, 2020. But you ever been to Con Bravo in Hamilton?
No, but I had heard of it.
Yeah, I loved going to that one because it's like within driving distance for me. Well, within driving distance, a 4 hour trip.
It is technically drivable.
Yeah, I have driven there before. But yeah, like they shut down because of COVID, which is a shame because I really loved that convention. I met Chris Sabat there one year, which was very exciting. Yeah, but yeah, that's super cool. And then with speaking of meet and greets, with them becoming more and more possible, for VTubers at least, you know, your wandering robots, your TV screens with a booth person by them and stuff like that. Would you ever want to do a meet and greet if you were given the opportunity to? I guess from the perspective of a VTuber as opposed to a voice actor.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely. Like I would absolutely do that as a VTuber. 100%. I think it's such a great way for the people that started participating as VTubers with as much anonymity as possible.
Yep.
Where you know they don't really want to be out there with their face, and I think that's an awesome way to be able to do that. I would be comfortable either which way personally, but I would absolutely love to do something like that at some point. But I'm still an itty bitty bean, so I don't see that happening for a good long while.
Well, I mean, you know, not with that attitude, some might say. But speaking of that was an excellent segue, by the way. Where would you like to see yourself in like a year or even like 5 years' time?
This is a hard one.
Mm-hmm.
Because you never know how fast things change.
Right.
In this sphere. Right? Like, where would I like to see myself? Well, I'd like to see myself about 10 times bigger than I am. You know, I'm working, especially recently, I've been learning a lot more in terms of what I can do to make that happen. So yeah, if in a year I can be, you know, significantly further along than I am right now, that would be incredible, and I'm gonna work my damnedest to make that happen.
Right.
But I've set so many goals for myself throughout my life that have been a little bit unattainable. And I've put way too much pressure on myself throughout my entire life to like, oh, by this point in time, I want to be this. By this point in time, I want to do that. And it just didn't happen. And I've had to also learn to accept where I'm at the same time. So where would I like to be? Yeah, I'd like to get to a much larger point that I do believe I can get to. I'm confident that I certainly can. But I also want to make sure that I'm treating myself appropriately and pacing myself and not putting a hell of a lot of pressure.
And then I guess for like a bit of a twist on this question, are there things you would like to either do or have done by a year or 5 years time? Are there like certain projects that you'd want to have done? Is there like certain like
I absolutely want to have my first cover done in a year. Uh, that's something that I've said for a long time, but I've constantly been too scared of my voice,
yeah.
and how I am singing. But I know how much progress I've made. I'd never done singing lessons before or anything of the such, and I have a amazing teacher now who is also like telling me how good I am. So I think that's something that I actually fully believe is doable, attainable, and likely in the next year.
Yeah, it's awesome. Speaking of that, besides like a cover, do you have any other kinds of big projects that you either want to get done or are currently working on to get that done?
The thing is, I do a lot of projects for other people.
I feel that.
Some of which I literally am not allowed to talk about.
Oh yeah, then
Yeah, but I'm very excited for what this next year is going to be. Basically, TLDR, I'm hyped.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's great. We love to hear it. Kind of going back to the sort of outlandish or even selfish goals. Do you have anything that's like anything like a big brand deal or like a big like merch drop or like any kind of like really like huge things that maybe like it's not, it's unrealistic, but it's something that you really want to get done?
I know that the answer is yes. I'm trying to remember what it was. um, I don't know. I've always thought that like it's super like out there, whatever. I've always thought that it would be really cool to have like a shoe brand deal with like a custom shoe design. I've always thought that would be sick.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I would wear the hell out of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, I it's weird to say I like fashion, but I guess I like fashion a lot. I really like clothing design stuff. So yeah, I would have so much fun like working with anything like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's awesome. What would you say is your hottest VTuber take?
All right, my hottest VTuber take. Everybody needs to shut the hell up.
You care to elaborate?
I mean, just shut the hell up. people tend to have like very strong opinions about things, and then other people have opposing opinions about things, and then they argue about what's right and wrong, and it's like usually something down the middle, and like people are arguing in circles, and I'm like, nobody's really right or wrong in this situation, and you're both just yelling at each other. Can people shut up, please? Get along, please.
Yeah, definitely.
I honestly, I think that's probably it. Shut up.
All right. Woo. So here's the kind of content lightning round. In this segment, I'll give you a popular kind of VTuber content, and I just want you to give me your kind of quick gut feeling about them, either from the perspective of making this kind of content or even just consuming this kind of content. All right, are you ready?
Okay. I think so. I think I follow.
All right, great. So like reaction videos, like streaming to like like watching a video on YouTube or something like that, and then just reacting to it.
Not my thing. If you enjoy it, you go right for it.
I know you've spoken about this specifically, but covers and original music.
I think it's super cool. I think it's an awesome way for people to show off what they can do and also express themselves through music. I think I'm a big music fan. Do as much music related stuff as you guys want. I think it's awesome.
Yeah. The various like marathons, your donathons, subathons, followathons, that kind of thing.
Please, for the love of God, take care of yourself during them. My first year that I did one, I barely slept and it wasn't good. Please make sure that you take an appropriate amount of time when you do those.
Yes, please take care of yourselves. Like I don't know what it is about people I make friends with, but none of them seem to want to sleep ever. So please
Yeah,
do that.
yeah. Please rest. Please make sure that you stretch and have water and all of the things that make sure that you stay healthy during those.
Yes, we care about you. Please go to sleep.
Yes.
All right. Now for the game. Now for like gaming stuff. Competitive games. Anything with like a ranked mode. Your Marvel Rivals, League of Legends, that kind of thing.
My dear God, I'm terrible at all of them. I trained competitively in one game, and even then, I still suck at it. Anybody that's good at it, friggin' kudos to you, man.
Speedrunning games.
Love it. Speedrunning community is amazing. Shout out to the speedrunning community and the people that are in it, because I think the speedrunning community is an amazing example for what communities should be in terms of supporting each other, helping each other out, sharing as much information with each other as possible, and generally very inclusive and amazing people.
Yeah, definitely. Challenge runs, stuff like Nuzlocke, playing a game with only like one item or weapon or etc.
Hi, if you don't know me, my name is Jet. I do Pokemon Furret only runs where I play through entire Pokemon games using only a team full of Furrets. These are incredible ways to have fun with games that you've played 100 times in new ways and challenge yourself. And like, one of the things that we started was a map randomizer egg lock. This is the craziest form of playing Pokemon I've ever done. And if you haven't tried something like that and you love a game but you don't know how to make it fun again, try something crazy like that because it makes something that you already love fun again.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah.
Also, very based for deciding to go with the best Pokemon as your whole team.
Yes, 100%. Who cares what their stats are? I've already beaten 4 games.
Yeah.
3 games.
Be competitively viable with this nerd.
Yeah.
Games like party games. What has been unfortunately called friend slop recently. Your repos, Lethal Company, Peak, stuff like that.
I think these games are amazing. I hate that it's called friend slop. I hate that slop is starting to become as like a regular term for things lately, unless it's for one specific thing that we won't go into here today.
Yeah.
But everything else, why are we calling it slop? Come on.
Yeah.
In terms of the games themselves, though, fantastic. I think they're great, easy ways for us to be able to do large collabs without having to worry about will this person like this type of game. I'm terrible with horror games, but I can still play Repo and Lethal Company because I get to hold my friends' hands throughout it. And I can deal with the game, even though it's not what I would typically play, because I get to suffer through it with friends, and I think that's a good and positive thing.
Yeah. But yeah, a previous guest of mine, Joe Cat, he actually suggested, he's like, yeah, we used to just call these party games back when...
Yeah, right?
Like
What
a
the
while
hell
ago.
happened to that?
Yeah. So shout out him. And then like full plays, like playing through like the entirety of a game like over multiple streams.
I have completed 1 entire maybe 2, in my entire time streaming. Anybody that can actually go through an entire playthrough of a game, again, kudos to you for sticking with it. I cannot stick on one game unless it's like one of these Pokemon challenges. I think I've only ever completed 2 games tops from start to finish on stream. 'Cause
Yeah.
I have such a hard time if like there's a break between games. I do not remember what happened from the last time that I played to the next time.
Yeah. There's only one game I've ever like fully completed through on a stream, and that was Dragon Quest 11.
I've heard great things about the Dragon Quest games.
It's a 11 is an especially like just great game. I totally
Yeah.
recommend it. But that's the lightning round over. I do have some voice acting questions if you would.
Hell yeah.
So I guess first and foremost, what are some like vocal warm ups of choice that you like doing for that?
Okay, yeah, vocal warm ups. Some of these are not easily described. So one of them is just basically like basically doing that.
Yep.
Gets your lip going. Another one is like not tongue twisters, but you basically make sounds from the back of your mouth to the middle of your mouth to the front of your mouth to the back of your mouth to the middle to the front. So a g sound is the back, d is the middle, and then b is the front. So you would go like get up, get up, get up, get up, get up, get, and you do that until you get it right, and then at that point you've warmed up to make sure that you can actually go from difficult words to the next difficult word if it happens in a script.
Right. Okay. What kind of I know you say you said you've done like voice acting and stuff like that. What kind of like roles and parts have you like done before?
Uh, quite a few. Most recently, I'm in a game that just came out. That's like a horror game. The demo just came out for that. Where I don't even know what the best way to put it is. It's it's like a spooky, like kind of cursed setting, basically. So like the character was like supposed to have kind of a smooth voice, but it was also like a very panicked character still.
Okay.
Like there is like this kind of contrast from calm and smooth to agitated, I guess.
Okay.
I'm gonna be playing in a big bridge series coming out soon. That's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get to be playing Naruto in a Naruto abridged by the guys that do the Seven Deadly Sins abridged.
Oh, really? That's that's a big get.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Have
so,
you worked
yeah,
with them before?
Yes. Under a different name.
Okay.
Yes.
Duly noted.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are some parts of like the voice acting process that most people don't really think about? Yeah.
Part of the voice acting process that a lot of people don't think about. We get really physical in the booth.
Mm-hmm.
Like, really physical. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, you know, it's just voice acting, it's not whatever. I have done, like, full fighting motions while doing fight scenes before. Like, you really do use a lot of your body and physicality to get into the character. And also, like, if you're doing, like, effort sounds, like swinging a sword or something like that, you don't get a lot of that, like, proper heft to the sound unless you actually make the swing and the actual effort.
Sure.
You absolutely can, but you'll get the more authentic sound from actually doing the action.
I'm thinking to that one video of Hugh Jackman. Like, I'm assuming it's for like ADR stuff, but where he's just like playing Wolverine and in like the booth. Have you seen that before? That clip?
I don't think I have.
It's a I've seen it exclusively used for like memes for the most part, but like hearing this from you, it seems like it's very much just like a par for the course for like working with that kind of thing.
You absolutely get physically into it. Like, I've had sessions that had me sweating by the end.
I guess kind of playing off that that last Hugh Jackman thing. What do you kind of think about like these like celebrities kind of coming in and like doing voice acting stuff? Like, what do you think are some? I guess less more what you think and more of like who do you think are like good like good examples of like celebrity voice actors who like get into it, and then ones that are just like kind of doing it for like the paycheck.
I think Ben Schwartz is an amazing Sonic. I'm a massive Sonic the Hedgehog fan. Always have been. And I think that Ben Schwartz has done an amazing job in the live-action Sonic movies. At actually portraying that character. I think he was one of like the best celebrity voice acting casts that we've seen in a long time. I really don't know what I don't know what's going on with Mario though. I gotta say that one's a weird one. But I mean, the thing is, right? A lot of this doesn't come down to the actors. It comes down to whatever the directors are choosing. So you really can't put a fault onto any of the actors for being in any particular role. They get cast by other people.
Right. Yeah.
So whether or not you think that guy should be there, it's not really his fault. It's somebody else is doing the casting job. But I mean, I've literally seen voice actors that are professional voice actors that are just there for the paycheck. They've said so in front of me, and so even voice actors that are voice actors, some of them are just there for the paycheck, even when it might not be the most appropriate time for them to say so.
Right. Man, that was such a good idea doing that. I don't know if you noticed my
I'm loving this. I'm enjoying this.
Your little cranium extension there, but
yeah, I did.
I like that way better.
I also I love the way that you've done the paint splatters.
Oh, thank you.
That was very fun to watch you do that.
I appreciate that. So what would you say is, I guess back to questions, what would you say is your favorite and least favorite part of the process?
My least favorite part of the process is thinking about what I have to eat the day before.
Oh, interesting.
I did some auditions recently that I had to throw out 2 of the auditions because 3 hours beforehand I had some oatmeal.
Oh.
My mouth sounded disgusting. And that gets picked up so easily, and it doesn't matter. Like, I can have water, whatever. It basically, like, it can coat your mouth. And the last thing that you want to be doing is sending in auditions where you sound like you have a bowl of mac and cheese in your mouth.
Right.
So my least favorite part of the process is definitely worrying about what I'm eating beforehand. I try and not to eat anything that would make my mouth sound like that at least 24 hours beforehand.
Right. Wow.
Usually, like, if it's 2 days before, it shouldn't matter. But, like, 24 hours beforehand is being safe with it for sure. Having oatmeal that morning, I made it. No, it wasn't oatmeal. It was egg salad that I made. I made the best egg salad sandwiches in the world. And I instantly went, oh God, I'm recording an audition later. Crap. Favorite part of the process, though, is... God, I love any, like, high emotion scenes so much. Those are my favorite things in the world to do. If it's, like, sad, it's good. If it's angry, it's good. I love those moments that, like, actually really make you dig deep into the character.
Very interesting. So I know you say you are mostly like an audition based like person, but do you accept like commissions for like to do voice acting, stuff like that, anything of that sort?
Like, I don't necessarily have like quote unquote commissions open, but people can absolutely come to me and ask me, hey, I've got this thing. Do you want to participate in this thing? Do you want to audition for this thing? A lot of the times it's, well, actually it depends on the people. A lot of VTubers, they tend to, they're more likely to ask, do you want to do this thing? Most other projects are all, you would be good for this, but can you please audition for it still?
Right, okay.
Because they can have the idea that, hey, you might sound great, but then you audition, and then they're like, oh, actually, that's not it's okay. Maybe what we were thinking is not what we're gonna go with.
Ah,
Um, I've never actually had that happen. I've had people be like, "Hey, can you audition for this?" And every time that they've said that, it's been fine. They like very clearly had me in mind, but didn't want to be like, "You can just have it." They wanted to hear it first and make sure that
sure.
it actually sounded good. But like, yeah, if somebody was to come up to me and be like, "Hey, what's your rate for doing this?" I'd be like, "Here you go. Let's do it."
And then following that up, what would you say is kind of like a best practices for you if like if you were going to be given like a project or like a script or anything like that? Is there anything that is I'm trying to think of the right way to put it. Like for like some of the less professional productions, I suppose would be the right way to say that. Anything that's kind of like a bit more like loosey goosey. What would you say is like a best practices for like prepping you for a job like that? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so. I think that no matter what, I'm gonna take it the same way, every time. Like whether or not it's professional or like just somebody's for fun project. I think the most important thing is honestly for everybody to treat it that way. Because I would never want to be doing a project where there's like no deadline whatsoever. Because usually that tells me that you're not fully prepared. So if it's just somebody's whatever project, um, and like just for them, and like it's not monetary for anybody, I still want you to be taking it seriously. Because I'm giving you my time. And I'll do free projects for sure. But I'm giving you my time. I would like to make sure that you're using it appropriately and actually doing the thing that you want to do.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, and then finally, what would you say is the like biggest part that you kind of auditioned for but you didn't quite get?
I've also been thinking about this one because I saw this on your questions, and I've been thinking about it. Um, if there is one, I don't know that I know about it. Because
Okay.
with auditioning, right? It's a big part of it is you send in your auditions and you forget that you did it. You submit and forget because there's a lot of voice actors out there who do upwards of 100 auditions a month, right? And if if we paid attention to every project afterwards, we would go absolutely insane.
Right.
So there's no like particular game or whatever that I've auditioned for and can say, man, if only I'd gotten that one. I think most accurately, there probably was an abridged series at some point that I auditioned for. But I honestly think that this Naruto role is kind of gonna supersede whatever I might have missed in the past on that.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, so yeah, there's nothing that I'm like sitting here. I'm like, yeah, there was definitely this one time that I didn't know.
I mean, like that's pretty good though. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And then I guess I can. It's worth asking this question. Would you ever want to either a be work for a VTuber agency, and B would you ever would you ever want to become an in-house VTuber? Meaning like the kind of like what Hololive is, where you kind of go in and then you accept this kind of this character, this design. Maybe you might have some input in it, but otherwise it's like this is like the company's character, but it's like a thing of you know.
Yeah, I feel like VTubing agencies are in such a weird spot right now. If you asked me this question last year, I'd be like, absolutely, like in a heartbeat. I feel like with the fall of V Shoujo this year and how a lot of other agencies have kind of had things come out in the last, geez, like just 12 months basically.
Yeah.
Um, a lot has happened, and I think it would really depend on like making sure that it would depend on which one. And I would need to make sure that it would be something that I trusted wholeheartedly and had 100% confidence in.
Mm.
Um, Otherwise, like I'm pretty happy. Like I think I can figure things out. But like theoretically, yeah, I would be down. I think that that would be super cool. I think that they can definitely supply some resources and connections really that are incredibly valuable to people. Um, so I wouldn't be against it, but I think I'd also be very picky.
Mm. And then the idea of like an in-house VTuber.
Yeah, no, I think the exact same basically would apply for that. Like, not against it. I would have to. I would be very picky about it though.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I can respect that. But yeah, that is all. Those are all of my written out questions. So as is per usual, I like to take the proverbial interviewer mic and hand it over to my guest and allow you to ask me any questions you might have.
Okay, my first question is: tell me what you're doing with this red.
It is okay. So it is a way of visualizing where shadows go without having to turn everything way down, so I can do that.
Interesting.
Yes.
All right.
It helps me like figure out where I should be placing shadows when I'm like going through things because like I use black outlines for everything. So if I do this, I'm able to use a contrasting bright color that I can have like stand out for me.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Yeah. How long have you been doing the art thing?
Um, so for uh, I always I do like this question, but I always feel a bit like weird about like I'm not like, answering it, but like that the answer is very like benign in that I've always been like an art kid. Like it was a thing that I just like did when I was like way younger, and then it was like a thing that I was still like good at doing before like I stopped being good at other things in school. And so
Was there like a point where you were like, I'm gonna take this more seriously, or has it all been pretty casual?
I think maybe like middle school is when I was like, oh, this is like a thing that like people can like do, and not just being like coloring or whatever. Because that's around the time when like kids like stop like doing like crayon drawings and like notebooks and stuff like that, and it's like
Yeah.
art classes are more of like the electives then at that point. So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, there's like nobody else here that's like doing art besides like maybe one or two other kids. So
Yeah. Yeah. No, definitely. I actually I went to school at one point and I was surrounded by art kids, and that was the point that actually made me stop doing art. 'Cause I was
yeah.
like, oh my god, these people are so good. I love your style though. It's an awesome style.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Yeah. Um, and what got you to want to do these sketchalogs?
So it was a combination of things, but mainly it was the fact that I tried doing some art streams in the past, and they didn't go very well. Just because I feel I don't know what's the right way to put this. I feel like I kind of do like I kind of like word vomit whenever I'm trying to like fill time by myself without like a game or anything like that to help out with that. So it was very much a thing of like, well, I want to like collab and work with more folks. I want to like draw art on stream, and I need a way to both, I guess, incentivize people to want to come onto the show, and also, um, like have something to do with them once they are on. And so I was like, oh, like I don't think I knew at the time that other people were doing VTuber interview shows, but I was like, I think it was like a hot, mostly like a thing of Hot Ones was like the biggest inspiration for me.
Yeah, yeah.
And also I remembered from like an old iDubbbz video where he had H3H3 on, and he said that he liked doing that show where he like interviews people and gets like fast food with them or whatever, because he's able to he's basically able to just like eat and have like the guests like talk for him. And so I was like, oh shit, that's genius.
Yeah, I mean, you get me to do all the yapping here, and you get to draw.
Yeah,
I think that's a great deal.
the show was actually originally called Draw and Yap, and that was like a placeholder name to start off with. But I think this works a lot better with like I get like my VTuber lore, and also just like it feels a bit more like I didn't just think of it, about it when I was like trying to name like the VOD for the first one.
It rolls off the tongue better.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, for sure. So what's been your favorite thing about doing these so far? 'Cause it seems like you've done quite a few now.
Yep, it's absolutely meeting new people. I think the folks that I've met on by doing this show have all been such like really cool and just like amazingly chill folks, and I love being able to just like meet like a whole bunch of new people and get to know more about them.
Have you done like many other types of collabs outside of this?
Not many more. I've done a few. Like I've played Peak with friends before. That's always been fun to do. I have, like I said, I played Dragon Quest XI with my buddy Squiddy. We played through that, but I am working on more stuff. For instance, I am planning it's a thing of I'm having a rigger, like a model rigger, teach me how to use Live 2D.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's so useful. It's very handy. I played around with that for a little bit at one point. And it has like the free trial for a little bit, right? And
yep.
I did it through the free trial, and I was like, I don't feel like I've really gotten anywhere, and I'm definitely not gonna pay for more. I'm gonna trust other people to do my rigging for me.
Yeah, I was like, this is like the first time I tried going into it, I was like, this is hieroglyphics. I'm going to stop doing this now.
Yeah, right. It's incredible what people can do with Live 2D. Like the advancements that we've gotten over the last handful of years is just insane.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw. I was gonna say I don't know if you saw like Vexoria's like new model where she had like the sword and everything like that. Like that is like that's sorcery. The person who rigged that is a wizard. I don't believe that
I've
mortal.
not seen that yet, but I'll definitely take a look.
Yes.
I love seeing what people can do with rigs these days.
It's redonkulous.
Redonkulous is the correct word for sure.
Yeah.
So what other collabs would you like to be doing? Like what other types of collabs would you like to be doing outside of this?
I definitely would like to set up more of like the like teaching me things. So quick little story time. My lore is that I am a tutorial boss for a JRPG, and later on in the game, I was supposed to be a like the kind of like the encyclopedia person who like keeps tabs on all of the enemies and stuff like that.
Okay, all right.
Think like Goombella from Paper Mario.
Yeah.
And so the idea of the one show is that I am a tutorial boss that's like kind of doing tutorials like with other people. So I would like to like set up other potential like things like that with other kinds of like people who are professionals. Like maybe a voice acting one or like a singing one or just whatever kind of skills I could pick up from people. But
That's awesome. Yeah, that sounds very cool.
yeah.
That's a great concept for sure.
Besides that, I mean, like, I'm always down to play like games with anyone on stream. But I think those two are the ones that are gonna be like the most like structured shows.
Sure. All right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's all the questions I had for you.
Okay. Let me think. I had one recently. Oh yeah, that's right. Is there any like outfits or toggles you might want to add to your model if you could, if you had the money to?
If I could add any random toggle, or if I could just like spawn it this second.
Yeah, if you could, beside like everything besides getting like a brand new model, like what would you want to add to your like existing model?
I'm naming things off the fly here. People have asked me for like a boop toggle. So there would be that.
Mm-hmm.
A flexing toggle, that would be funny.
Okay.
Sit down toggle. That would be one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are the three I can think of off the top of my head.
Any like any kind of props or any kind of like maybe a mascot or something like that you'd want?
I don't think I need that. Honestly, it's stuff like that. It's not even just being like, I haven't thought of it. Like, I've thought about stuff like that. I'm like, do I need it though? Do I really want it? Nah, I can do without.
Yeah, that's totally fair.
Yeah.
Um.
What about you? Anything on that front for you?
I definitely I'm getting a model from the artist that's actually doing the rigging tutorial with me, Kua. I requested a kind of like a almost like a thirsty like facial expression where it's like blushing and like sweating kind of. I think that would be funny to have for this model as well. I think I would certainly like to give myself legs.
Oh yeah, legs would be nice. Legs would be nice. Very tutorial looking though.
Yep. Yeah. Because I couldn't afford to get a full body model,
Well,
so I went to.
So the thing is, I only have half body rigging because I got my full body rigging on my first model, and I went, nobody ever sees my feet.
Yeah,
Why
no.
did I pay for this? Like, nobody sees below my waist.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need that.
Yeah, no. What else? I think I definitely wouldn't be opposed to having like the spear, for instance, that I have in like my
Right, yeah.
like art and stuff like that. But besides that, I think I don't know, maybe like a nosebleed toggle or something. I would probably go with like the other face, but yeah.
I don't think I've seen a nosebleed toggle now that I think about it.
I guess it's like not that not that common of a joke with. I was gonna say like in the West, but
No, I think most people that like would be into VTubing would get it. I'm just actually I'm very surprised that I haven't really seen the nosebleed toggle.
I think it's like a thing with like blood and whatever. That's like
maybe
issue.
It's like a TOS.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's hard. It's really hard to like engage that with.
Isn't it? Isn't it though?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, what a pain. I was actually, for this model, I was supposed to have the pant hanging down off the hip a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And me and my model artist, we were like, we're gonna not do that because it was especially around the time when Twitch was cracking down on the showing hip TOS.
Ah, okay, yeah. That is pretty rough.
Yeah.
Um. Oh, what's like some kind of like what's some media that you like that that you like watching or experiencing when you're off stream?
I watch a lot of VTubers, to be honest, off stream. I watch a lot of VTubers off stream because I find VTubers are so easy to watch.
Mm-hmm.
I like while I'm busy doing other things, like I can go and cook and I can just have a stream on the background. If I'm like watching a TV show, I like to pay attention, like full attention to a TV show. I get way too into things. So I actually haven't been able to watch a lot lately, aside from streams. I'm big into like the new season of My Hero just started, and I'm like, oh god, when am I gonna watch that? I still haven't caught up on the recent season of Arcane. I did watch K-pop Demon Hunters. That is the one recent thing that I have seen this year, because I had a good 90 minutes to kill at one point, and I was like, oh, I can actually commit to this. But for the most part, yeah, I don't have a ton of free time to do a lot of stuff like that. So yeah, I'm honestly mostly just watching VTubers a lot of the time. Which I think is one of the reasons why I'm like pretty confident in feeling like I'm caught up with things, because I tend to be able to watch a lot of people that I like, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm seeing what other people are doing these days too.
Yeah, sure. I'm just looking in like the question suggestions channel. Oh, here we go. What's the hardest role you've had to play and why?
Whoo. Honestly, it's going to be this first episode of Naruto.
Okay.
Doing that voice while also expressing different like tones and emotions. It is difficult to do those sorts of voices. Like, one of the really difficult things with voice actors is like one of the things that people always say is, okay, it's good for you that you can do a voice, but can you do that voice while doing all of these other things? That's okay. How much can you really do a voice? So yeah, like a character that you build this voice around, this character that's super energetic and like pumped up. But there are these more serious moments in the first episode. Occasionally, it's not out yet, so I'm not gonna spoil or whatever.
Sure.
Talk about it super in detail. But there's definitely a few moments in there where they were like, "Hey, we need you to go with this kind of tone for this line." And I stood there and I was like, "Yep, I can see exactly why you want that. Give me a second. Let me figure out how exactly I need to do this to make sure that this gets conveyed properly."
Right. Okay.
Because I feel like any other kind of character that I've ever done has been... It doesn't matter what you ask me to do. I like I said, I love those, like, dig deep moments. So in terms of, like, material for what I've had to do, no role is really more difficult for me than another in terms of that. If I have to do, like, a really sad crying scene, I love it. I'm having the time of my life. But yeah, definitely hardest role is going to be this one, just because of how many emotions I have to get through. First off, also keeping it still on the comedic side, right?
Yeah.
So that tends to be especially a little bit more over the top. But also maintaining that voice through it is pretty difficult.
Right. You're not grandma enough to do that voice like consistently.
Yeah.
Also, they're quick with like the jokes, if I remember correctly. Their editing and stuff like that is all just
very
like
snappy.
Yeah.
They're very snappy.
I can definitely see that. Yeah.
Their sound designer is also the guy that mixed my demo for me too. Like they're incredibly talented people there. They all know very much what they're doing, but yeah, they are very snappy jokes.
Yeah. And then, do you like cooking? And if so, what's your favorite thing to make?
I love cooking. My chat will often tell me, or say like, find a partner that talks about you the way that Jet talks about food. So yeah, I love cooking. My favorite thing to make is probably pasta, because I can make a giant thing of sauce that lasts me for days. Pasta is delicious. Throw some cheese on it. It's super versatile. If you got leftovers, you can do some creative stuff with it to kind of revitalize it. A lot of times, if I've got like leftover pasta, I'll add some extra sauce to it, and then add a bunch of cheese to it, and make like a nice baked pasta like dish, so that it's back to being perfect again. Yeah, I love food. I could can have and continue to talk for hours about food.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I love food too. That's why I decided to put that in the unrelated questions, just because it's like.
Well, I mean, everybody has to eat. It's a relatable question, no matter who you are.
And like, there's nothing wrong with like good food, right?
There's nothing wrong with good food. Everything is good with good food.
Well, if you don't have any more questions for me, I know you're also coming down from a bit of a sickness. You're down with the sickness right now.
I am down with the sickness. I could probably sing that song a lot easier right now.
I would imagine so. But so I will let you go and get some more rest, please.
Yep.
But
straight to bed with me.
Yeah. So if you would like, we can you can choose who we raid into.
Oh my goodness!
Next.
I get the privilege of such. Well, hold on. Let me take a look. My list of people is not updated properly.
Okay.
There we go. That's better. Oh, you know what? We have to go raid 10. I'm gonna send you 10. Let me double check that that's correct. Yeah. 10 is an absolute sweetheart. They're currently playing Pokemon Yellow. Very kind soul in this VTuber community. That I think they just started streaming pretty recently. But yeah, they deserve all the love in the world.
Yeah, right, cool. Let's get this going. We can send you all over to 10, and we'll and that has been this episode of Sketchalog.
Thank you so much for having me.
And thank you for coming on.
Fun.
This was great. I had a great time. Yeah.
I look wonderful.
I specifically made bit alerts.
All right.
For, like,
We have sent them
bits.
over, so now stream is
Hi,
over.
thank you for the